Hey, Genderqueer gang, what's up? Okay, so this week we're going to be talking about compromises. Or at least I'm going to be talking about compromises. And I find that this happens a lot with people that I used to know. For example, ex-girlfriends or friends that used to know me as one way and now see me as a different way. Or people who refuse to see me as a different way and just see me one way. And I found that when I first was transitioning on T, it was hard for me to tell my ex how I was feeling. It was easy for me to tell my friends, but for someone that I was intimate with, it was hard to express how I felt. Therefore, I would keep beating around the bush whenever she would ask me personal questions about my gender. And I would always just never correct her when she would call me female and just let her view me as a female because I didn't want to lose her as a friend. And she was not willing to call me male. And if she was, I feel like our friendship would be lost. So, it's stupid, but I've always kind of been the type of person that does things for other people so that I can be happy. And now I'm rethinking that friendship because I've grown a lot from transitioning and having different friends, I think. I just don't feel like if she's gonna call me female for the rest of my life, I should be friends with her. You know, I don't think that's something that's gonna keep me happy. So, we've talked about it, and we've gone over it, but she doesn't try, really. So, I just get really frustrated and I end up posting a whole bunch of shit on Tumblr and hope that she sees it, which she usually doesn't, and then I just get more frustrated, and then we end up not talking, which is fine. I would rather not talk to people who perceive me as not the person I am than to hang out with someone who does. So, yeah, I mean, I found that at the beginning of my transition, I was making a lot of compromises for people so that they would feel more comfortable around me and that I wouldn't lose them as friends. But because of how I identify and because of just the way I am, I've ended up just distancing myself from those people who don't call me as I identify. Which sucks, but like, I don't know, I don't even notice it anymore because they're not there, you know, and it's causing me way less stress than, like, I don't know. So, I mean, that's good. It's really good. Because I'm not happy when I'm around people who I know, even if they do call me he, I know in their mind it's not processed. And yesterday I was doing something for my friend and I had to meet up with my ex-girlfriend, and she was like, oh my god, she's not even looking at me. And so I continued not to look at her. And finally I looked up but it was just like I didn't even like reckon that she was talking to me because no one calls me she anymore, you know? So it's like, why are you here? Like, why are you still hanging out with me? Why are we still talking? You know, like, you first of all, you're my ex. Like, we shouldn't even be associating with each other if we're not getting back together. But secondly, you're my ex and you're disrespecting me after I've told you plenty of times to call me by the pronoun I want to be called. Like, that's just straight up disrespectful and like rude and frustrating for me, and she knows. I'm sure she's fully aware after like all these changes that like I want to be called he, but um she has some issues regarding past boyfriends and all this stupid shit, so I don't know. But I mean, I guess that's how I deal with it. I just like kind of distance myself away from the people that I used to um I either used to compromise my identity with, or like try to cover up, or I just like don't talk to them anymore because they're just not the people I want to associate with anymore. Um so yeah. I mean, I'm not telling you guys to go out there and disconnect from all your friends that don't call you by the way you want to be called, but that's just what works for me, and I find that I'm a lot happier that way. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I will see you next week.